Hey guys and gals, it's kind of chilly here in southern Oklahoma this Sunday afternoon. Just kind of a dreary, nasty day. Not really cold, 49 or 50 degrees, but we had a pretty strong wind blowing today, and that wind actually made it cold. I just put on I had an undershirt and a long sleeve dress shirt on to go to church. And boy, golly, it was cold getting in that church building and after church. And the wind has died down a little bit now. It was windy. That made a difference. 40 some odd degrees in wind and kind of damp, nasty weather like we've been having the last couple of days here. Foggy, been foggy. Made it kind of bad, but it calmed off and it's not that bad right now. In the upper 40s or maybe even touching 50. I'm not real sure right now. It's going to drop on down in about 40 degrees tonight, and a good cold front came in the next 2 or 3 days. But so Benelli and I thought we'd go for a little walk in the woods. It's always wonderful, fantastic to walk in the woods. And even if it's kind of chilly, still is a nice deal. And that's exactly what we're doing. Just out here, a little walk right before dark in the woods. It was a great week this week. I went to Alabama and went fishing. Had a super time down there, fished with some great friends of mine. Mr. Redberry, I stayed with him and his wife, Joan, stayed at their house. And they fed us and just took care of us like we were big dogs, I guarantee you. Red is a great friend. I don't know if you remember, but back, it's the first time I'd been to Red's house since Chris got sick. And the reason I know that is I was going down to Alabama to do a video for Southeastern Pond Management, a promotional video they were going to work on the next day. And then after that, I was going to turkey hunt for a couple of days with Red Berry. He had some good turkey hunting places lined up for us there, and that's exactly what I was going to do, is go turkey hunting. But that never happened. I drove 646 miles and got a call from Sherry, and she said, "Dad, pull over." I said, "What happened?" She said, "Pull over, Dad, before I tell you anything." So I did. And she told me about Chris having that stroke, and my first question was, is she alive? And he said, "Yeah, she's alive, but she's really in bad shape." I turned around in the middle of the interstate, drove that 646 miles back to Oklahoma City. Drove 22 and a half straight hours. Chris was still alive, barely. But here we are 45 months later, I guess 45 months, something like that. 45 months later, and she's still alive. She's doing good. And in fact, one of our friends at church this morning said, "Something's lifted off of you, girl." She said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Your eyes are so bright, your smile's so pretty, and God is healing Chris." That's just all there is to it. God is healing Chris. She's talking better. She still says complete sentences that she can't get out right, but she still says complete sentences that's perfect, absolutely perfect. And she visited with her for a while, and she said, "I just tell by looking at you, something's lifted off of you." And I told her, I said, "God's healing Chris," and she's been healing her since day one. He kept her alive. That's all I asked God to do. I said, "God, just keep her alive." I prayed for 646 miles. I said, "God, just keep her alive." But we went down to Alabama again to visit with Red, and I thought about that as I drove along that same highway, and I drove that route. I thought about it a lot, and I thought, here we are, over 3.5 years later, Chris is still alive. God's kept her alive for her. He's honored my prayer, and I thank him and praise him for that every single day. But I went down to shoot some television shows. We're trying to get next year's television series done. I think we've got about 21 or 22 shows, as we call it, in the can. Although we don't put them in cans anymore. They used to put tapes in cans. So when you got something done, you called it in the can because the tape was in the pan. We have it on cards now. So I guess we have 21 shows on the card, on the little bitty card. Yeah. And we have some really great television shows for next year's television series. That series will start the last weekend in December, I believe, on most channels. First weekend in January on some. We'll be on ESPN2, the Discovery Channel, Heartland Network, Pursuit, World Fishing Network, U2 Television, Action Network, Hunt TV. I probably have left one or two out. Walk Television. I think about a dozen different channels that we'll be on. And I think we have more viewers than any outdoor fishing show in the nation. And it will be our 48th year on national television. So Y'all have made that possible. I thank you for that. Thank you for that big time. But I fish with my buddy Rocky Drake from Rocky Drake Outdoors. He's a YouTube channel. Rocky had a great hunting television show with PSE bows, and now he's got a YouTube channel called Rocky Drake Outdoors. He does an outstanding job. We'll see deer back around there. I don't know if you can see them walking back behind me. Not paying a whole lot of attention to me. They're right over there, right over in there somewhere, just walking around. I always love it when I walk in the woods and see deer. I walk kind of quiet, don't make a lot of noise, and just kind of walking along, let the deer, sometimes just like those right there, they're just kind of wandering off, got their white tails off, but not bounding or anything, they're just walking. But Rocky Drake Outdoors. Rocky Drake fishes with live bait. If you like to fish with live bait, you'll like his YouTube channel. And another buddy of ours down there, Ronnie Leatherwood. I've known Ronnie for a long time. And he's another bait fisherman. We actually caught the bait. We caught shad, gizzard shad, and threadfin shad. We went out on Pickwick Lake. Pickwick Lake is the lake that is below the Wilson Dam. And we had a great time fishing there. We caught a lot of fish. We caught a lot of smallmouth. We caught some largemouth bass. We caught quite a few drum. We caught one sauger. I don't think we caught any crappie. We did catch any catfish also. Maybe we did catch a crappie or two. I'm not sure. But we didn't catch any. We didn't catch any catfish. So we thought we would probably catch a catfish or two. But one of the things about fishing with live bait, you're going to catch a lot of fish. Now we'll have some excerpts of that show over on our YouTube channel here pretty soon. The show is for the 2025 television series, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, but we'll have some of them over there on our YouTube channel pretty soon, and you'll be able to see that. A lot of current, and that's a pretty exciting action. We caught some smallmouth up in the 3, 4, 5 pound category, some really big smallmouth. I also fished with Red Berry, my buddy Red Berry, and Red and I bass fished. We caught some of them on a scrounger jig, caught the majority of the fish on a red man spinnerbait. And I think that's about the only 2 baits we caught them on. We fished a lot of different baits. That's the only 2 we caught on. We had that great day fishing with Red Berry. And then I fished with Richard Jean, the Fishing Machine. Y'all know Richard Jean, the Fishing Machine? Great YouTube channel. Several 100,000 people, I guess almost close to 1 million people on Richard Jean, the Fishing Machine's YouTube channel. If you want to see a channel that will really help you catch fish, and just regular ordinary fisherman, he does not use a live scope. He likes a live scope. He really liked my live scope. He said he wished he had one. But he fishes a lot with little jigs and minnows. He fishes a lot with spinning rods, fishes a lot off the bank as well as on the boat. We were fishing with my Tracker 195, SGTM Wrap Tracker 195 Sustainable Green Team boat. And we were fishing below the Gunnersville Dam. Now, if you're fishing below the Gunnersville Dam, you're actually fishing in, let me think here, Wheeler Reservoir. It's on the Tennessee River. Wheeler Reservoir is what you're fishing in. And we were fishing right up below the dam. I just have a simple question for you. No, I'm not even going to ask that question. I was going to ask you what the fish said when he ran into the concrete wall. Damn. That's exactly what he said. Well, I actually had a malfunction out there and did that. Ran into a concrete wall, ran into the Yant Dam, not with a big motor running, but just a trolling motor, but at a fairly high rate of speed. I did not ruin my trolling motor, but it quit working, and I've got it fixed, ready to fish again this week. But ride height hit my trolling motor. My ride height crashed into the dam. It broke the bracket on the ride height. Didn't really hurt the ride height. Didn't hurt my live scope transducer. But Richard Jean and I didn't get to fish for just a couple, 2 or 3 hours. We caught a lot of fish, mostly sauger. We did catch a big crappie or 2, caught a largemouth or 2. And we were really going to whack them. I mean, we were going to whack them. And we had winter weather down there. I mean, the mornings was in the 20s, 25, 26, 27 degrees. The highs didn't really get too awful warm. It was wintertime fishing down there. Absolutely no doubt about that. But Richard Jean and I, we had a great time. We got what we call a segment in Jimmy Houston Outdoors, a half a show. I will mix that half a show with a show that I did on the Arkansas River, fishing spinnerbaits by myself. here a while back, and so that'll be what that show amounts to. But we'll have excerpts of both those fishing trips on our Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube channel as well. Here coming up pretty soon. So we got two really not good television shows down there. One with Red Berry and one with Rocky Drake and Ronnie Leatherwood, and then what we call a segment with my buddy Richard Jean, the fishing machine. But I promise you we'd have got a full show if we'd have got to fish all day. But we put our boat on the trailer and brought it back home. Jamie at Jimmy Houston Marine got it all fixed back up for me. Everything's running. And I'm waiting on a new ride height bracket to come in. But I stuck my live scope transducer on my trolling motor, so I will have a live scope transducer if I get to fish. I am planning on fishing one day this week with a buddy of mine who's got the Hook 'em and Cook 'em television show. That's right, Hook 'em and Cook 'em. So hopefully we're going to catch some crappie or some small bass that are 11, 12 inches long and play them out and do some cook 'em as well as we hook 'em. We hook 'em and cook 'em. And I'm anxious for that because he's going to do the hooking. The cooking, I'm going to do the hooking. No, he'll catch a bunch too. Tommy's a good fisherman. And really looking forward to that also. We got that planned for maybe Wednesday or Thursday of this week. And hopefully that'll be another television show for Jimmy Houston Outdoors, as well as one of his series for Hook 'em and Cook 'em. And we will throw that up on YouTube, so y'all will be able to see it there. So we had a really good week last week. We got another good week planned this week. I am going to the doctor on Tuesday to get my arm checked out and see if I need surgery, if I can tough it out and not have to have surgery. And I'm hoping that I'm able to do that and won't have to have surgery. I was asked while I was down there, how'd your football teams do? How'd your local football teams do? Big congratulations to Davis and Sulphur, Oklahoma high school football teams. Sulphur lost their game in the state championship. They ended up runner-up in the state. Davis won. I think that is the seventh state championship, state championship. And I got to tell you, one of the things that I'm most proud of, the majority of our boys that play football for Davis are good Christian boys. So that's a big deal right there. That's a really big deal. And they won the state championship. They beat Vian. Vian is a school that Keys, where my kids have all gone to school. Keys High School plays just about every year. We play Vian. And they have an excellent football team every year. They're right up there fighting for the state championship. Seems like just about all the time. But this year, Davis, who's a big underdog in that game, won that tournament. Congratulations to Davis, and congratulations to the Sulphur High School football team as well. I did want to mention before I get off of here, I've got that doctor appointment Tuesday. We'll find out if I'll be able to fish the rest of the week and be able to go to Arkansas next week. I am planning on going over to Arkansas next week and hopefully doing a little fishing and also some duck hunting. Going over doing some duck hunting. I don't know about my right shoulder. That's what's messed up, and my bicep and my tendon's broken there. I might have to shoot left-handed. I haven't shot left-handed very much. I probably don't shoot very well left-handed. We'll see how that works anyway. But hopefully going over doing a little duck hunting over in the Ball Knob area and doing a little fishing over there around in that same area around Ball Knob and Stuttgart, Arkansas, and having a great time. As long as the doctor will let me go do that, we got that planned for the following week, not next week, but the following week, this coming week. We plan on being here the most of the week. And plan on fishing one day with Tommy and with the Hook 'em and Cook 'em show. So we're really looking forward to that. Did want to mention that we're harvesting pecans still. We hauled a big truckload. Our trailer holds about 3,000 pounds. Hauled a load over there yesterday. The pecans are beautiful. They're big and they're delicious. I've been eating a few of them myself today, as a matter of fact. So order pecans. You can order them at jimmyhouston.com or give us a call at area code 918-457-5115, 457-5115. Be sure and enter the Win a Mercury contest. I mentioned that a few times. Go to any of our videos or go to our jimmyhouston.com website and enter to win you a new Mercury. I got a big contest going between Hank Parker and Bill Dance and myself. I got the results in this week. I don't have them with me, but Hank Parker was spanking our fannies. Hank Parker was way ahead of Bill and I both. Bill was way ahead of me. I'm dead last. I'm a three-man race, and I'm third right now. I'm third in that race. So you need to go in there and help me out and enter to win that Mercury motor. If you have not entered to win that Mercury, it doesn't cost anything at all to enter. Just go to jimmyhouston.com and go to some of our videos that we've had posted up here recently talking about that. You can scan that QR code and enter to win that Mercury motor. You can win up to a 300 horsepower motor worth over $32,000. So it's a great thing to win that Mercury motor and help Jimmy win that contest. I don't get anything if I win the contest. What I get is something if I lose the contest. I get a pie in my face by Hank Parker or Bill Dance. Right now, it'd be Hank Parker putting a pie in the face of Bill Dance and Jimmy Houston. I think maybe that's what some of y'all want to see happen. But I don't want to see that happen at all. So I just want to win. I like to win. I don't mind getting hit with a pie. That doesn't bother me a bit. Boy, I don't want to beat them, though. I just want to beat them. That's what I want to do. But be sure to enter to win a Mercury motor if you haven't entered to win a Mercury motor. Doesn't cost anything to win. And you just might win that rascal. What a prize. What a great prize to win a new Mercury engine. Christmas just around the corner. We are sending out quite a few Catch a Better Life books every single day. We got the Catch a Better Life book plus the Catch of the Day book, which we will begin reading on our Catch a Better Life channel. We'll start on that January 1, which is just right around the corner. Not far at all till we turn the calendar on 2025, in the year 2025. Coming right around the corner, we'll be doing our daily devotional. So if you want to read along with me as I do those devotionals every single day and post them on our Catch a Better Life channel, you need to get you a copy of that book. The book is... we have them available. I don't even know the price of it, but we have them available at jimmyhouston.com. I'll be happy to personalize them, autograph them. They're an incredible, great Christmas gift, absolutely no doubt about. So, no doubt about that. So, we do have the Catch a Better Life book. We're personalizing and autographing those as well, jimmyhouston.com. Or you can get them just about any place books are sold. Bass Pro Shop, Hobby Lobby, Cabela's, Books A Million, just about anywhere books are sold. But if you want a copy, your copy personalized and autographed, you can get that done you can order that at jimmyhouston.com. We'll get those out as quickly as we can. We're getting closer to Christmas, so it's kind of a little bit more difficult to get it to everybody before Christmas. We'll do our best. We'll try to get it to you before Christmas if we possibly can. We'll certainly try to get that done, without a doubt. As we get ready to end this thing, let's just think a minute about Christmas time. And we get so busy at Christmas time, sometimes we forget that Christmas is all about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. That is the most important thing that's ever happened in the world, other than God creating the world in the first place, is the birth of Jesus Christ. Jesus came to this earth, lived as a man, a righteous man, died on that cross, defeated the devil, defeated death, defeated the sting of death. And if you're a born-again Christian, if you ask Jesus Christ to come into your heart and save you, he will. He puts his Holy Spirit inside of you when he does that. When you die, you will not feel the sting of death. Your spirit will go directly to heaven. Directly to heaven. That's just the way it works. And you'll live with God forever in heaven. You'll live with Jesus forever in heaven. You'll live with friends and relatives, loved ones that have gone on to heaven before you. You'll be able to reunite with people that you leave behind on this earth as you leave this earth. So remember, as you run around and buy Christmas gifts and go to parties and do all kinds of things that's involved in the celebration of Christmas, Jesus Christ's birthday. And Christmas is just a wonderful time of the year. I just love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. We get with all of our family and have big Christmas dinner, and then we open presents on Christmas Eve. That's when we have that big dinner, and we just have an absolutely fantastic time. All the kids love it. All the adults love it. And it's just a family tradition that we've had, golly, as long as I've been alive, I guess. And it's just absolutely incredible. And but we got to remember during the whole thing, what we are celebrating is the birth of Jesus Christ. Happy birthday, Jesus. Happy birthday, Jesus. We have got so much to be thankful for, that Jesus came to this earth to defeat the devil, make it possible to pass his righteousness onto you and me, and make you and me righteous at the same time. So take time every day to thank Jesus for being in your life. Take time every day to thank Jesus. Thank God for sending his son to earth to pay for the sins that you and I commit, because we will live forever. We will live forever in either heaven or hell. Once we give our life to Jesus, once we ask him to come into our heart and save us, he does. That means we'll live our life for eternity in heaven. We'll never die. We'll just leave this earth right here. Our spirit goes directly to heaven. One day our bodies will join up with our spirits and have a brand new heavenly body, an incorruptible heavenly body that doesn't hurt anywhere, doesn't have any torn or pulled muscles, doesn't have any blindness, no deafness, no nothing, no cripples, no anything bad. everybody with glorified heavenly bodies in heaven. So let's remember as we go through all that. And the other thing I just want to say as I end up here, I want to end this with just a simple Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas as often as you can, because there's a lot of people that this is a happy holiday. Today when they give it some time off of work, when they get to give presents to people that they care about, when they get presents from people that love them, and they say happy holidays, happy holidays. I've already got some cards in the mail, happy holidays. Well, this is holidays. We have a couple of holidays, and we have Thanksgiving that we just had. We got Christmas and we got New Year's. Those are all holidays. But this middle one that we celebrate is all about the birth of Jesus Christ, my Savior. So say Merry Christmas as often as you possibly can. Somebody, a stranger you meet on the road, says, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. Merry Christmas. Give them a big old smile, a big old godly smile. Tell them Merry Christmas. A lot of them will say Merry Christmas back to you. And I believe that every time you say Merry Christmas, you're saying Jesus' name, Jesus Christ. And I think Jesus smiles a little bit when you say Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Have you a great week. We'll share what's happening this next week with you next Sunday as Benelli and I walk in the woods. Remember, I sure do love you.